Hello. Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yep. Okay. Bilingual wise, I'm gonna try doing play-by-play in French. If we're talking, we'll talk in English.
Okay, perfect.
And if I get confused in my brain, then we're just gonna switch to
That's
whatever
okay.
language I'm
We're
going
just
out with.
gonna go with what we go. We'll just do bilingual. But you and I are both good.
Yeah.
I can't hear you in my earphones. Is that okay? Or is that not okay?
Here.
Oh.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can.
More or less.
Less.
You guys are live.
We're live. Okay. Cool. That was a great look.
Wonderful.
Okay. We good?
You guys are turning camera. Get started.
Okay. Welcome to the Women's Division 1 Finals here from Brossard, Quebec. I'm in the booth with Lamise.
Hey.
And we have our championship finals between Les Bleus and Brut. So we have the 1 seed facing off against the 3 seed. Bruts were in the finals during the fall season. Les Bleus are a fantastic team from Université de Montréal. So this is the offense of the Carabin flag football team facing off against Les Bruts. What are your quick thoughts on this game?
I think it's going to be a great game. I think Les Bruts is going to have one heck of a challenge, though. Unfortunately, they are down some players, so we'll see how that affects them today. It's going to be a fun game.
Yeah, they are down some players. Les Bleus appear to be at full strength. And the other worrying thing is that last time these teams met, just recently, week 12, it was something like a 42-0 win for Les Bleus, a very convincing win.
Yeah.
And the key in that game was, once again, Laurence Pontbriand, one of the best female players I know right now, wasn't there for Brut, and
it's
she's not
there
here
for
again
today.
today.
Oui, Monsieur Laurence. Come back.
Yep. So the way we're going to try to work for this broadcast, we've got teams huddling up on the field right now, is this could be a first for FPF. We're going for a bilingual broadcast. So what that means is I'm going to try my very best to give a play-by-play in French. When I'm conversing with me is giving commentary analysis, we're going to be doing that in English. And it's very possible we get mixed up between both languages. So stay with us. We'll be trying to flow freely between French and English. And we'll try to deliver the best product we can. It's the plan for both the Women's 1 and Women's 2 finals.
The Montreal way.
Exactly. Okay, so what are the keys to victory in this game for Brut?
I think it's going to be important for Maud Lacasse to just make sure she completes, which she has been. Her stats are incredible, finished number 1 in the season, and she's been number 1 in playoffs as well. So as long as she completes, her receivers are great, and they definitely have a shot here. I mean, we said that Laurence is missing, yeah, but if you truly look at also the receiver stats, all of her receivers are great receptions, all in the top 10. I think she has 3 people from Les Bruts in top 10 receivers.
Yeah, she has 3 top 10 receivers. The receiving class, if you look at, is extremely deep. I can go over my stats again, but I think they have 5 receivers who are over 300 yards, 7 receivers with 5 TDs plus. There's multiple threats on this team. What stands out to me in this one is we have Les Bruts, who are an offensive-heavy team, over 300 points scored, and Les Bleus, who by definition are the offense. So these are purely offensive players. Which team do you think has the better defense?
I mean, stats-wise, haven't seen it, but surprisingly, the better defense here is Les Bleus. They have the best, I think she's number 1 in sacks, number 1 in deflagging, the wonderful, I forgot her
Erika
name.
Bastien?
Erika, yes, she's the one. So
Yeah,
that's gonna be
she led the league with something crazy like 15 interceptions,
an
which is a
offensive
phenomenal
player?
amount. Exactly. Which is a crazy clip of 1.5 interceptions a game. It's something you see very rarely in any division of FPF, especially at the highest level of female play that we have. So that's a crazy amount.
yeah.
And I think also you have to point out is that while she might have 15 interceptions, while she might be averaging 1.5 a game, on the flip side of that, Laurence has Maud Lacasse has thrown 4 interceptions all season. That's less than an interception every 2 games. So at a certain point, something needs to give.
Yeah.
But on the flip side, that last time these 2 teams played,
2 of those interceptions
2 of those
were
in
that
that game. So half of Lacasse's interceptions on the season
yeah.
have come against Les Bleus.
Yeah.
What changes can they bring in to, instead of going 2 TDs, 2 interceptions, go something more like 5 and 1 and have a chance at winning this championship?
They just have to play it smart right now. Maybe logically stay away from Erica. I would. I think still it's going to be strategic. Again, we said Erica is great, but that whole defense is great from Les Bleus.
Yeah, and before the game, you were talking to me about the snapper for Les Bleus, Renaud Lavoie,
Yeah.
who seems to be the kryptonite for Les Bruts.
Yeah. So Renaud actually is the snapper, yes, for Les Bleus, but at the same time, she was also playing with Vortex last year, and during the championship game, she was the finals MVP. They won Vortex against Brut, and so she's back here. Different team, but same situation, I think.
Yep, so on the topic of finals MVP, we have seen 0 plays. We've seen players warming up, and that's about it. Hopefully the action will be getting away any other second. I've heard a whistle go. They're calling in the captains. As they're talking with our captains, who is your early pick for an MVP if Brut win and an MVP if Les Bleus win?
I would say if Brut win, MVP will be Mode. If
Don't say both QBs. Give me something more exciting than the QBs winning MVP.
No, I think defense is going to shine from Les Bleus.
Which is shocking to say.
Right? But it's going to be tough. I think Clara might be good.
Clara's a fantastic player.
Right?
I was
That's a
playing
good
against
guess
her
for me.
I played against her the very first game of the season in Code 1. I remember she caught a quick in on the sideline, juked me to be back in, and I actually fell down. So I was,
She broke your ankles?
Yeah, literally. I was on the floor.
Oh
and
my
Iggy was
goodness.
scorchbeing, laughing his pants off. So she's
I
a
wish I would've
fantastic.
seen that.
I know. You'd have been so happy if you saw that.
Yes, I would have.
Yep. And
Okay.
so also, let me use your referee. You'll be able to give us great analysis there.
Yeah.
We have 3 very senior refs on the field here. It looks like Tara's taking in charge of this game.
Senior referees, I'd say they're rookies.
Oh, yeah. Because all of that abundance of hair we're seeing, that's what really means.
Yes.
The true
Yes.
hallmark of seniority.
The-
Okay, so our captains have just huddled up. It's going to be first down, Brut. They're the lower seed. They're the 3 seed. So logically, Les Bleus chose defense first. Very normal choice. And it looks like we're turning down to the game. There we go. Cameras off us. Cameras onto the game. Here we go. Les finales sont sur le point de commencer dans la division féminine 1. Les Bruts ont la balle à la ligne de 5 verges. Donc, quelques petits rappels sur les particularités de la division féminine. C'est 4 essais pour arriver à la mi-terrain. Puis ensuite, un autre 4 essais pour scorer un touché. Il n'y a pas de premier essai tous les diverges. Il y a seulement la possibilité d'acquérir un premier essai. Having played in the women's division, it's a smaller field. It's 5v5. What are the biggest differences with your standard FPF?
The smaller field, of course, 5 players. The difference, like you mentioned in French, I'll translate that, is we don't get a first down every 10 yards. You get a first down once you cross midfield. Still 4 tries though, cross midfield, and then you get from midfield to the end zone. So definitely different in game tactics that you have to really make it through the field. You have to gain yards, skinny field, that outside is tighter. So it's going to be hard to hit the corners.
Perfect. And our game has just been whistled in. 22 minutes left in your first half, starting right now. I'm going to start a stopwatch on my own. Our scoreboard here is an hour. Les Bruts sont à la ligne de 5 verges. Maud Lacasse sous la poule. Elle attend le premier snap du match. Elle secoue les mains. Elle regarde vers sa droite. Elle complète une passe. C'est vers la numéro 15. C'est complété à Annie Bérubé pour un solide gain d'environ une dizaine de verges. That's a first completion for Les Bruts. Looks comfortable. What are your thoughts?
That was great gain. I think they got a good 10 yards on that. That was great gain. Went to the outside. Like I said, she's going to keep attacking the outside, stay away from those defenders, and it's going to get her down the field.
If she has the arm strength to consistently attack the outside, that could be a game changer. On a un deuxième essai, environ 4 verges à acquérir. Deuxième essai, on vise la mi-terrain. Maud Lacasse prend la remise, regarde encore une fois vers sa droite, vise encore les sidelines. C'est attrapé par la numéro 24, c'est Lindy Flanagan. Premier essai pour les Bruts. It's looking easy.
That sideline, she's going to keep hitting it. It's going to keep working. It's going to be great all game.
So how important, if you're looking at this in standard FPF 66, the sidelines become more important in the higher divisions. We're seeing it already be important here with the slightly smaller field. So maintenant, on a un premier essai, les buts. Ils sont environ 15 verges de la zone de toucher. Maud Lacasse prend la remise. Toujours vers la droite, toujours vers le sideline, toujours vers la numéro 15. C'est complété vers Annie Bérubé. Tackle fait immédiatement. So one thing to notice is there has been absolutely no yards after the catch.
Yeah.
The tackling from Les Bleus has been amazing.
I mean, this defense is playing pretty conservative right now. I think she's picking on number 15, Julianne, and it's working. I think until they adjust, it's going to keep working.
She hasn't even looked to her her yet, or left of your screen. Pour un deuxième essai, la zone de but. Elle regarde vers sa droite encore. Elle complète vers le numéro 24. C'est des belles mains, c'est un touché! Lindy Flanagan, toujours vers sa gauche.
There we go.
6-0.
That's
Was
it.
that too easy?
She stayed on the same side. All of those, completion, touchdown.
It felt like backyard football. It felt like 3v3 because everyone else was taken out of the play.
Can you tell she's done this before?
You think she's done this before? I think she's done this before. So they're going for a 1-point convert here. They go for 1 point just about 90% of the time, succeeding around 60% of the time. Laissons voir ce qu'ils ont avec un converti pour 1 point. Maud de la classe regarde vers sa droite, toujours vers sa droite. Et c'est trop loin.
That was tight.
La première incomplétion, the first incompletion of the game, she went 4 for 4. If you're bleu, are you worried? Is that what you expected? For me, that's a better start than I expected.
I think it's going to actually be a game of converts. I think that's going to be the way this is going to go. It's going to be a drive one way, a drive the other way. That convert might have cost them quite a bit.
That's shocking. Premier essai pour les Bleus. Leur ligne de 5 verges. Chandré Gobeyut sous le centre. Prend la remise. Elle regarde sa gauche. C'est différent. C'est complété vers la numéro 8. Numéro 8, c'est la Mathilde Renaud, l'ex-MVP des finales, going to her center right away. We've seen les Bruts attacking the sidelines. We see les Bleus attacking the middle of the field. Interesting to see how that goes on.
Yeah.
Parfait. On a un deuxième essai, un gain d'environ 5 verges sur le dernier jeu. Sandra Gubert prend la remise. Regarde vers sa droite. Elle complète sur les lignes de côté. C'est complété à Clara Baudouin. Le tackle fait immédiatement par les Bruts.
So she's spreading around. She just went
Exactly.
switch sides.
We have third down, 1 yard to gain.
Yeah.
Are you looking for a shot at the end zone here?
No, I think we're looking to get the first down. It's going to be a quick pass to number 8, and I think she's going to do a quick out to the left and call it a day.
It was open last time. If you're looking at
Yeah.
the defender, she's playing outside
Ooh, look
shade.
at that formation.
This is some of the interesting formations you see in the feminine zone. Laissons voir une formation regroupée autour du centre. On a un out vers la droite par Clara. On regarde vers les zones profondes. Oh, c'est une belle passe défendue par la numéro 2, Annabelle Chevrier. Elle se met les mains sur la passe. Great defensive play. What are your thoughts on that formation?
I think that's something that you're going to see in the women's division. They can spice things up a little more. Yes, the field is shorter, but then they could do things like that. And in that case, she could have taken advantage of that.
And I think that was a formation trying to look deep. They're coming back with the exact same group formation. Déjà, en 4e essai critique.
Seems like time's going to be stopped.
On a arrêté le temps. Je crois qu'on est en train
injury?
d'attacher le soulier pour une joueuse des Brutes.
No, I think we have an injury, Alexi.
Une blessure. Ah, c'est possible. On va voir. Mais de toute façon, peu importe le résultat sur le terrain, les Brutes sont 6. Au pire, Maud Lacasse rentre pour jouer en défensive. This is an early fourth down. How important already is this fourth down in a game that's looking like an offensive shootout?
I mean, if Brut was just able to drive that field and not and make completions every way right now, the offense of Les Bleus is not looking that great.
The offensive Les Bleus isn't great. The offensive Les Brutes is looking fantastic. And most importantly, the defensive Les Bleus is looking exposed.
Yeah.
So I think this is number 2, Annabelle Chevrier for Les Brutes, who has had to take a play off.
Yeah. We got
Time was
Maud on
stopped by the
defense.
referees. Our time is now back in. C'est un 4e essai. Sandra Gobert complète vers le
Oh,
milieu.
there it
C'est
is.
complété à la numéro 2, Annie Lagacé.
Yeah. She
Annie
got her
Lagacé,
first down.
and Annie Lagacé is one of their top receivers. What do you know about Lagacé?
Again, stats as well. This is
So
the
many
receivers.
stats.
So many stats. It just looks great. But playoffs-wise, she shines.
And most importantly, that was a key first down. We now have 4 downs, 19 yards to go. So we're looking at a first and goal from the 19-yard line. Encore une fois, la formation regroupée pour les Bleus. Sandra Gouab sur le centre, elle prend la remise, elle regarde vers sa droite, elle regarde vers sa droite. Elle complète vers le milieu, encore une fois vers Annie Lagacé. Ça poule le tackle est fait immédiatement par Annabelle Chevrier. So in this group formation, how are you trying to spread your defense? Are you trying to spread them vertically, horizontally? What is it trying to create?
It's tough to say how you spread your defense, but on defense you do have to expect that formation is creating 1 short and 3 long routes. So
It nearly feels like your traditional play in the men's divisions, 4 verticals and a short.
Exactly.
But it nearly feels like 2 verticals, an intermediate, and a snap out by the center.
Exactly.
It's
But
so interesting to see how many.
to defend, you have to make sure you cover that short one.
Maintenant, Sandra Gouab directement pour une remise directe de la poule. Elle regarde vers sa droite, une tentative de course vers Clara Baudouin. Elle complète vers Clara Baudouin, attrapée dans l'arrière. Un dip, un touché, touchdown, Clara Baudouin. That was an interesting play. That was motion out of the backfield. A great dip move. Clara Baudouin showing off all of her athleticism and why she broke my ankles in week 1.
So if you guys are interested in knowing why the QB couldn't throw that, so there's a fun rule in the women's division that the QB cannot run. The person who receives the snap can't run. So that little trick play was great.
But you can have a remise for a
Yeah.
run from anywhere on the field,
They
even
took
the 1 yard
advantage.
line.
Yeah.
Anyway, so now we're going for a 1-point conversion. We have a 6-6 game. Converse qui Sandra Gobert prend la remise. Regarde vers sa droite, tourne ses anses vers la gauche. Oh, c'est un plongeon de la numéro 86, Rebecca Descaries-Corbeil, pour défendre le converti. You're right.
Game of
Converts
converts.
are looking huge.
Yeah.
We have 6-6, both teams on converts. Something I've noticed in the women's division, you know what doesn't exist? Theoretically it does, but no one goes for 2-point converts. Do you know why?
I think it's we understand that the pace of the game is much quicker. It's less opportunities to drive deep. So you have to take advantage of it. Get the completion, get the point, move on. The 2 points take longer.
Intéressant. 6 minutes de jouer. Le score est de 6-6 venant direct de Brossard, Québec. Brut avec la remise. Première essai. Elle regarde vers les zones profondes. Sa receveuse est là. C'est sous les mains. C'est passé à travers les mains de Annie Bérubé. Was that a bad pass? Was that a miscatch? What do you see?
I think if Laurence was the one running that route, that would have been a completion.
But is Laurence that fast? I feel like Annie Beribi maybe had a step.
Yeah.
So if I'm looking at that, I think the ball was thrown just a touch too off. I'm being
Yeah.
super critical, but Laurent Maud is one of the best quarterbacks I know.
Yeah.
That ball, if it's thrown on the sidelines and the receiver can bring it in their breadbasket instead of lunging out for it, maybe that's completion.
Timing was
Either
a
way.
little off, but it's great both ways, I think.
And it's already second and very long. Deuxième, 15, 20 verges à acquérir pour les Brutes. Maud Lacasse regarde vers les sidelines, se compléter vers la numéro 15, Annie Bérubé. Elle fait un premier défendeur qui monte. Finalement, le tackle y est fait par la numéro 15 des Bleus, Juliane Fortin. That's the first missed tackle we've seen all day, and it results in very nearly a first down.
I still don't think she got many yards up, though. She did run diagonally. She was still there.
That being said,
Still not adjusted, though.
in the women's division, no one misses tackles. In FPF men's division, I miss tackles, everyone misses tackles. Having watched a few women's games, simply put, they are better tacklers than just about a majority of the male divisions, despite only having 2 flags. Troisième essai. On regarde vers sa gauche pour la première fois. C'est complété vers la numéro 96, Rebecca Descaries-Corbeil. Est-ce que c'est un premier essai?
Yes. First down.
First down. So, this is a first down, just 2 yards, setting themselves up first down and goal from the 23-yard line. As an offense, are you trying to complete passes deeper to set up shorter and manageable end goal situations?
She's got 4 tries. Might as well take one shot deep, I think. She's going to probably do the first or second deep and then keep it simple.
And you have to remember, Annie Beribi was open on the deep pass, picking on that left corner. Let's see if it's open again. Premier essai et les zones de but pour Maud Lacasse. Elle regarde profonde. C'est complété dans la zone intermédiaire.
That was tipped by number 3.
Tipped by the rusher. So that's a tip by Emma. Okay, interesting one. I've known Emma Racine as one of the very best female players. Offensive juggernaut, fantastic safety. She's rushing here, but she has the size to get in passing lanes.
Yeah, that's she's getting in her way. I think that's strategic right there. That's how you stop the
That's a
number 1
fantastic
QB.
play. Maintenant, on a un deuxième essai encore une fois dans la ligne de 23 verges. Deuxième essai et les buts pour Maud Lacasse et les Brutes. Elle prend la remise. Elle regarde vers sa gauche pour la première fois du match. Une belle passe, un bel attrapé. C'est vers la numéro 2, Annabelle Chevrier. And most importantly, that was inches away from Joyce Genius and her outstretched fingers. Last time these teams played, Joyce had 2 INTs. Is that the person you want to be picking on defense?
She wants to stay away from her, but that was a good completion. I think it was either her play or the sideline.
It was a fantastic pass.
She put that ball in the great spot.
I was watching that and I got nervous because if that pass is another inch shorter, that's probably a pick 6.
Yeah.
OK, now, on a un troisième essai et les buts de la ligne de 11 verges. Troisième essai, les buts. Maud Lacasse prend la remise. Elle regarde vers le milieu du terrain. Encore une fois, déflectée par Emma Racine. Elle a un impact immense comme une rocheuse. A key 4th and goal setup. 4th and goal, what is your go-to play? I know what I'm calling.
I mean, that corner was working all day. Just hit it.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was going to say. You need to start attacking those comebacks on the sideline.
Yeah.
You want to start layering that outside sideline, maybe a corner for comeback on top on the left side of the field. But now's the time to pull out your best play.
Yeah.
We are halfway through the first half. 4th and goal.
Here it comes.
Quatrième essai les buts, enjeu immense dans cette finale de la division féminine. 1 pour les Brutes. Maud Lacasse prend la remise. Elle marche vers sa droite. Elle se retourne les hanches et complétée vers le milieu du terrain. La passe est trop longue. Number 15, Annie Bérubé was open. That was a miss.
That was. I think she overread that a little bit, but listen, could notice that that's the first possession in the game that has not ended in a score.
I think that was only the second incompletion of the game for Maud Lacasse.
Yeah.
Very unfortunate. It came down to some fantastic defensive plays. That stop is on Emma Racine. Maintenant, un premier essai pour les Bleus qui vont tenter de prendre l'avance pour la première fois dans ce match. À la ligne de 5 verges, Gaubayuette prend la remise, regarde vers sa droite, marche vers sa droite. Elle regarde vers les zones profondes. C'est complété vers la numéro 2. Un gain immense pour Annie Lagacé. Already having a huge impact in this game. Nearly 500 yards in the regular season. Will she crack 100 yards today? Because that was 40 yards right there.
She's close.
She's already close, and it's the first half. I'm willing to bet. I don't have any stats in front of me. I am not good enough to keep track of stats while I'm doing this.
She might make it.
She's already over 50. She's on pace right now, theoretically, for a 200-yard game.
Wow.
I'm not saying she's going to do it.
I mean, I would say
But
stretching it, but maybe.
If you're looking on your
give her
fantasy
some-
app calculator,
yeah.
her projection right now is trending towards 175
Yeah,
yards
yeah.
and roughly 1 million fantasy points.
Yeah, well, I have to say that was a great flag from Les Brutes. I didn't get what number that was, but it was a great flag.
Yep. And already now, first down from the 5-yard line. 4 chances to punch it in. 4 chances to take an early lead in this game. La tire d'Evan Store, on revoit encore pour la formation regroupée. Sandrine Gobet prend la remise, regarde vers sa droite, regarde vers le milieu, retourne ses arches et complété. C'est quelque chose qu'on dit rarement, mais c'est pas complété. It's dropped by Clara Baudouin. Don't see that often, do you?
I think that was in her hands. That was
Definitely in her hands,
miss.
and maybe we'll get a replay on this one. But that
There it
pass,
is.
there we go,
Boom.
in
Yeah.
and out of her hands.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to see from
She
our
might have
perspective.
been worried being inside.
Exactly. She might have been near that back line. From our perspective, it's hard to say.
Yeah.
De toute façon, deuxième et les buts. Sandra Gouet prend la remise, regarde vers sa droite, retourne vers sa gauche. La rusheuse a manqué. Elle a une
Wide
joueuse de libre. C'est vers la numéro 8. It is the Brut killer, Mathilde Renaud. Is that her second touchdown of the game? I think so.
Again, though, they are picking on that one side. She knows that Annie is the number 15 from Brut is the weaker defender. She got beat there. Left or
Exactly.
right.
And the thing for me is Maggie Gervais, the rusher for les Brutes, was the best rusher in the feminine division. 8 sacks, more than anyone else. She missed on that play. That could have been a 5-yard loss. Instead, it's a touchdown. We now have an extra point converti pour 1 point. La formation regroupée qu'il adore tellement. On complète vers le milieu du terrain. Cette fois-ci, c'est complété. Cette fois-ci, c'est encore Annie Lagacé. The game is now 13-6.
Wow. She split the defense right there. That whatever
Gorgeous.
those plays were was split the defense, had that girl come right in the middle, wide open.
So this
play.
group formation, this bunch formation, which personally I've never seen before, clearly Brut were not expecting it either. How can they adapt their defense to start combating this bunch formation?
It's important whenever you see the bunch formation that you stick to your solid defense. That's the point of that formation, is to break you apart. And right there they did. Everybody thinks that they should adjust and come in closer, when in fact just hold your spot, hold your zone.
Interesting. Premier essai pour les Brutes. Ils traînent en ce moment de 7 points. Maud Lacasse tentant de remettre. C'est une passe complétée vers la numéro 9. C'est Maggie Gervais. Le tackle fait immédiatement par Joyce Genius. That's exactly what they needed. A short completion, some confidence. How good does that feel?
They're moving. It didn't affect them. They're moving up and they're just rolling. There's a lot of time left in this half. A lot of
Exactly.
time. It's only the first half. They know not to panic.
There are going to be stops.
One thing
right.
Maud Lacasse is good at is composure. So here it is.
And she looks very composed. Deuxième essai. Maintenant, on a 2 receveuses à sa gauche, sa droite, notre gauche. Elle regarde vers la seule à gauche, seule à droite. La seule à droite, c'est Annie Bérubé, qui connaît un match fantastique à date. Le tackle fait immédiatement par Juliane Fortin. On s'approche d'un premier essai. Est-ce qu'on les a acquéris? Non. Third and short. I want a shot deep. Do you want a shot deep?
Oh, yes. I want to see her arm. I want to see that tiptoe in the back of the end zone.
Who is your deep threat receiver right now without Laurence here?
The snapper. No?
I don't know. Let's
No?
see. Parce qu'on a un troisième essai, une verge à franchir, troisième et une, Maud Lacasse. C'est une passe dans les zones courtes, c'est une passe vers le numéro 24, c'est complété à Lindy Flanagan. Premier essai, un gain d'environ 7 verges sur le jeu. On a un premier essai, il est vu d'environ la ligne de 15. Are you looking end zone on 1st and 15? Or are you trying to split this up into 4 passes underneath?
Again, she can run her strategies whichever way. Personally, I would at least try in my first or second down to go deep. And then if it doesn't work out, second down, hit that corner again, that weak spot in the side.
She has such a great deep ball, and I don't feel like she's used it enough. Maybe it's because she's so scared of this Libér defense. Laissons voir ce qu'elle a dans sa poche pour son premier essai. Ce premier essai, elle regarde vers sa droite, elle regarde vers le milieu de terrain. C'est profond. On a une flag sur le jeu. Je crois ça a l'air d'un holding ou un contact illégal sur la défensive.
Pass interference.
Pass interference or holding?
Pass
interference?
Yes.
So, let's see if we have a replay there. Lemise, as a ref, what do you see? Are you calling this? Is Tom right or wrong?
Tom is always right, but I
Tom
didn't see
is-
it. Hang on.
I didn't see it as well, but I know he had a great view of that play.
I think it was that girl who went deep. There was a reason she was slow.
Yep. And again, they are picking on that corner, number 15. The penalty was on her.
Yeah. That's it. So she was lagging. She had to hold her back to catch up.
So what's so interesting right here, as we said before, you can only gain 1 first down in the feminine division. Well, we lied to you. That PI call came with an automatic first down, ce qui veut dire qu'on a un premier essai et les buts à la ligne de 1 pour les Brutes. Maud Lacasse prend la remise, regarde immédiatement vers la gauche, un pump
There
fake.
it is.
Elle revient en arrière de l'end zone. La balle était pas belle. The pass was overthrown.
Number 9 was open. Number 15 was open. She went to that back of the end zone. The front of it was wide open.
There are multiple people open. This is the second time we've seen Maud Lacasse miss a pass. I don't think I've seen her miss 2 passes all season. What's going on?
I'm
Is
not
she
sure.
losing composure?
I think she might be a little nervous. I think she's eyeing her receiver down, which is something
She
she's
is.
not often doing. She doesn't often do on our other games, but she's got to just come back into her own rhythm. It'll come.
Thankfully, it's still second and goal. C'est seulement deuxième et les buts à la ligne de 1.
Yeah.
Les Brutes trailent par 7 points. Une chance pour faire rendre l'égalité. C'est complété vers la numéro 15. It's
Referee said
ruled
no.
incomplete on the pass. Lemise, in the women's division, is it 1 feet or 2 feet down?
2 feet.
So if it's 2 feet down, I very much agree with Owe's call.
Yeah.
I think that was 1 foot down in the corner.
And then the other foot probably hit the line. On the line is out. Oh, stopping the time. What's going on? Looks like we're challenging the play.
So, From what I saw, it looked like there's only 1 foot down. Let's see if we can get a replay here.
I think I clearly saw the second foot at least on that blue line. We're not going to get a good angle.
So the way that reviews work in championship games is each team is allowed 1 review, 1 video replay challenge. If Lamy, our in-house referee, taking a look at this one. So if your challenge is successful, it does not consume a timeout, and you have a second challenge available.
Yeah.
If your challenge is unsuccessful, it consumes a timeout, and you have no more challenges left. As analysis-wise, I don't like this call right here. You have 2 more tries from the 1 yard line. I don't think this is a worthwhile challenge because it consumes both a timeout and your only challenge, which is so valuable.
If you get it, though, it's a touchdown. And that makes a difference right now.
It makes a huge difference.
They're down by 7, so.
But does it really make such a difference? Because I think they're scoring on one of the next 2 plays. And I haven't seen a conclusive video angle yet to overturn the call on the field.
Yeah.
And I fully agree. My instinct was 1 foot down, not 2.
Yeah. It's 2 feet down. Did she get her other foot down? Did she get one on the line? I don't think we have the angle.
And another important caveat here is if the video replay challenge is inconclusive, that is to say if we don't have an angle which can confirm or deny, that is still ruled as an unsuccessful challenge, and they will lose their only challenge in the game. It looks like we have a decision here.
Incomplete pass.
So that second down call.
That bird's eye view showed those feet on the blue line.
I didn't see that one. I clearly wasn't watching
We can't see it from our screen, but maybe they get the zoom on that side.
I thought that was a bad decision to challenge. Do you agree with the decision to challenge or not?
Bad timing, I think. But listen, you got to take your shots when you can. You don't want to ever regret not taking it later on. And if they would have won it, it would have given them a big gain. If it didn't, so we'll see how this goes.
For me, if you look at your risk-reward benefit, it just wasn't there. But the bright side is, c'est encore 3e les buts. Ils ont encore une chance pour prendre un score, pour re-rendre l'égalité dans ce match. Elle regarde vers sa gauche. La passe est simplement mise trop haute pour la receveuse. That pass was too high.
Yeah.
4th and goal. Is this a make-or-break play?
Yeah, this is it. Because if they're down this drive and then les Bleus take possession on the next one and score, they're going to be down 2 scores.
And then start with the ball. We could be already looking at a 3-score game. This is one of the biggest plays of the first half already.
This is going to make a difference.
Let's see again. Maud Lacasse, 2 receveurs à sa gauche. Elle lève sur le genou. Elle regarde vers le milieu du terrain. C'est complété. C'est attrapé!
She's on that back line.
Touch,
that
no.
Was on that back line. Yeah.
I saw her foot on the blue line as well.
It seems like referee Thomas is calling that she also left the field.
Either way, the result of the play is an incomplete pass. Turnover on downs.
Yeah.
First down, Les Bleus. That is a pivotal play. Not only 1 pivotal mistake, but 2. For starters, number 15, Annie Bérubé, dropped the pass. Second of all, number 86, Rebecca Descaries-Corbeil, was standing out of bounds as she caught the tip pass. Had they saved their challenge, maybe that would have been a better use of a challenge on a pivotal 4th down play. I see our cameraman shaking his head yes.
I don't think so, though. For those who didn't realize, she left the field before coming back. She was an eligible catcher.
Premier essai pour les Bleus. La passe est complétée à Clara Bourdouin.
Oh.
Elle fait un premier défendeur qui marque. Elle tente le dip encore une fois. Le dip, il n'est pas réussi, mais c'est quand même un gain de 10 verges.
She got yards.
How badly are the Bruts in need of a defensive stop right now?
Oh, that interception is going to get them back to where they should be. But we'll see how
Interception,
it goes.
stop, anything.
Anything.
If you're looking at a player to come up with a defensive stop, Laurence isn't here. Who is your stud defender? Hard to tell right now. Let's see.
Let's see.
Deuxième essai, 5 verges à parcourir. Formation regroupée. Clara Bourdouin sort sur un slant. C'est complété vers Clara encore une fois.
First down.
Qui tombe, qui roule, qui acquérit le premier essai. First down, les Bleus.
This is disappointing. I'm gonna say they keep running that same formation and Les Brits is not adjusting.
Yeah. So do the Bleus have multiple plays out of the same formation? I'd presume yes, or is that a different variation of the same play?
I would say it's a different variation of the same play. In my opinion, I've seen 3 go 1 mid, 2 far, 1 to the out, short.
First and goal pour les Bleus. La passe est complétée vers la numéro 8, la brute killer Renaud Lavoie.
Again, same idea. She sends 1 deep, 2 mid.
Mathilde Renaud.
Yeah.
Renaud Lavoie, I think, is a celebrity, but my celebrity knowledge is very bad. That is probably not Renaud Lavoie, in fact. It is, rather, Mathilde Renaud.
Mathilde, yeah.
Easy pickup of 5 yards. That being said, they're already at the 18-yard line. Second and goal. I haven't seen anything from this good defense to show they can get a stop. Any promising signs from you?
No. I'm disappointed that they haven't adjusted just yet.
There have been no adjustments. I'm not sure if they're losing in zone and man. This looks like it might be a man coverage play. Lors d'un deuxième essai et la zone début, Clara et Baudouin regardent à l'extérieur.
Again.
Encore une fois, Clara avec un solide 5 verges de séparation. Le tackle y fait immédiatement par Lindy Flanagan. They can't cover Clara.
No.
She is a fantastic receiver.
I don't think it has anything. I mean, she's a wonderful receiver. I'm not going to lie, but they're being beat just tactically right now. They're biting on that deep route, and then no one's covering the short.
And what we haven't mentioned yet is the coach of Brut is Seth Galina, one of the best football minds I know. So I'm looking forward to see what adjustments they're making. But right now, it's time to make some adjustments parce qu'on a un troisième essai début à la ligne de 3 verges. Un jeu immense qui s'en vient. Sandra Gobert regarde vers sa droite. Encore une fois, Clara Baudouin ouverte.
Oh.
C'est complété vers le milieu. On visait la numéro 8. Encore une fois, Mathilde Renaud. Non, Annie Lagacé.
Annie Lagacé, ouais.
But a fantastic defensive play. Was that a drop or did someone get their hands on that ball?
I think that was a drop in her hands. She got scared. Someone was
Give
on her.
someone credit. Give the PD. As a
No,
scorekeeper, you
no.
always got to give those extra stats. No one complains about too many stats.
2 hands on that ball. That should be a completion.
So now, if I am correct, this is 4th down. There are roughly 90 seconds left in this first half. Let's see what they have in store for a pivotal 4th down play. Sandra Gourette, encore une fois, la formation regroupée qui fait tant de dommages. Elle regarde vers sa gauche, tourne vers sa droite, retourne vers sa gauche, vers l'arrière de l'endzone. Un catch fantastique pour le toucher. Les mains sont élevées dans l'air. C'est qui? C'est la numéro 25. It is Erika Bastien. 15 INTs, maybe her biggest play of the season right there. A head-tapping catch for the touchdown.
She got the best of Annie again, and I think she was on that though. She was almost there.
So if I'm the defender there,
Great
the
ball.
refs wouldn't like this one. Don't play the ball. Smack those hands. Just smack her in the arms.
And then take the PI.
No, hope the refs don't see it. Not that I'd ever do that in the
Such
game.
an Alexi thing to say.
So we're going for a 2-point convert here to make this a 9-point game. It is 19 to 6 right now. On convertit pour 2 points. On drop une deuxième quart arrière. Annie Lagacé et le deuxième quart. On retourne la passe à Sandrine Gobert-Huot qui a tout son temps au monde. Elle complète, elle vise Annie Lagacé.
Yeah.
Un jeu défensif formidable par Annie Berube
Yeah,
qui
Annie
vient...
Berube making up for that last play.
Exactly. It's still just a 2-score game. The successful 2-point convert there made it a 2-point game. There are 5 plays left.
Yeah.
Do you think Brut can score in 5 plays?
I think we just saw them in the first drive go down the field.
Took them 4 plays.
And made that score. I definitely think they can. They just got to get back to their roots and keep doing what they were doing to start.
More importantly, if they do not score, is it game over? Yes or no?
No, there's a whole half left.
I disagree.
Maud Lacasse
No
can
score
come
here.
back.
I'm willing to call the game already. Premier essai, 5 jeux restant dans la première demi. Maud Lacasse prend la remise. Elle regarde vers les zones profondes. Elle regarde vers Annie Berube.
Ah, non.
C'est plutôt intercepté par Erika Bastien. 15 interceptions sur la saison. Un touché formidable. Une interception magnifique. What a play. 2 huge plays in a row by
I
Erika.
think this is why Maud was not going deep.
But again, that ball, she was looking for a sideline fly, and she threw it a step or 2 towards the inside. If that ball is completed towards the cone, 2 yards more to the outside, are we looking at a touchdown instead of an interception?
I must say, it's going to be the receiver that makes the difference. I've seen the chemistry between Laurence and Maud, and if Laurence was running that fly, she would have adjusted.
I agree. Anyways, il reste 4 jeux maintenant dans la première demi. Une chance pour les Bleus de vraiment mettre un clou dans le cercueil des Brutes. Premier essai, Sandra Gobert prend la remise. Regarde vers la gauche, complète. Elle vise la numéro 8. La passe est juste un tout petit peu trop loin. Now there are 3 plays left in this second half. 3 plays left to score. Take the ball back, score again, and absolutely put this game to bed. How do you like their odds of scoring in the next 3 plays?
I don't think they're going to score in the next 3 plays. They're probably going to play it safe, try and make sure they don't throw an interception, short gains, go to halftime, strategize how to hold them to where they are, or just keep scoring. But I think this is going to be the end of the last 3 plays.
I think they're taking
We're
one
in
shot
a
deep.
19-6.
I don't think there's any risk right now in trying one deep attempt. What's the downside?
Is it worth that getting that interception right now?
There's only 2 plays left to do. Laissons voir ce qu'ils font. Parce que c'est le deuxième essai. On complète la passe.
There it is.
Elle est simplement un manque. La passe est thrown just a bit too short.
Third down.
If that pass, though, was thrown at the proper height, there's a chance that Rebecca could have picked that off.
There is, exactly. That's why she's not going to go deep. She's thrown in the ground. She's going to keep it safe right now, go to halftime, and
You're right. With a
strategize.
2-score lead,
Yeah.
they don't need this score right now. It's
No.
an icing on the cake.
Yeah.
But simply put, if they don't
there,
commit
it's
any
there.
mistakes right now,
Yeah.
it's fine. I agree with Lamise. Let's look for a conservative play maintenant sur le 3e essai. Regardons pour un jeu conservatif lors de ce 3e essai. Avec Sandrine qui prend la remise. Regarde tout de suite faire un slant vers numéro 5, Clara. Clara qui essaie son dip move. Personnellement, j'ai vu un petit hold. I saw a little holding at the end of the play to pull her down to the floor. What do you think?
I think she was going down at the same time. So that dip is dangerous, and you're asking for something when you do it.
I've always
great when
said
it's
the
succeeded.
easiest way to tackle a dip is by putting a hand on the shoulder and pushing the person down. But don't listen to me on that one. But I think that's what Begrut did.
But definitely when that dip happens, it's hard to get a call in your favor. You're dipping. It seems like you're falling. So in my opinion, if I'm watching that from a referee view, she might have been going to the ground on her
It's
own.
hard to make a call on those dip plays.
Yeah.
We now have the final play of this first half. Begrut currently leading by 2 scores. A touchdown here is absolutely game-altering. Let's see what they have in store. Let's see if they drop back a second QB. Le dernier jeu de la première demi pour les Bleus. Il n'y a pas de deuxième carrière. Maud Lacasse regarde vers les zones intermédiaires. C'est complété vers la numéro 8.
And that's halftime.
Mathilde Lavoie, un gain de diverge, pas assez pour en toucher. Un jeu très conservatoire. And now here we are at the half. A 13-point lead for les Bleus. Okay. Begrut need to change something defensively because simply put, it's not working.
Yeah.
And offensively, they're driving the field, but they're not succeeding in the red zone. I brought up 2 topics. First starters, defensively, what do they need to adjust to deal with this bunch formation?
They need to fix that zone defense. The zone defense they're playing right now, I think they're playing a zone with one girl in the back, but that zone defense is just not working out for them. Somebody needs to stay short, and that bunch formation can't mix them up.
Do you think they can win in a man-to-man defense, or are the athletes on Les Bleus simply too much for the Begrut to handle?
I mean, just think of it, Alexia. Man-to-man defense to that tight formation, though, is tough. You're gonna
Especially
get
with all
beat.
those crossers. Yeah, you're right.
Exactly. So, yes, they can if they're playing regular formation, but she's being smart on Les Bleus, and the coach is being very smart in calling that bunch formation.
Yeah, this is a fantastically coached Les Bleus team. You saw they started off the game in a whole bunch of even sets. And when I say even sets in the women's division, that's a 1-2 and a snapper in the middle.
Yep.
And the second they saw that the bunch formation has worked, they have run uniquely bunch formation sets, and they have forced, essentially, they're telling Le Begrut either adapt or lose, and so far, they're going for the lose option.
Yeah.
Now, part 2. Begrut had a fantastic opening drive.
Yeah.
4 plays, 4 completions, all capped off with a very nice touchdown. And then all of a sudden, nothing. Passes down the sidelines, off by a yard or 2, an interception, a turnover on downs, maybe a costly challenge. Something needs to change in the offensive scheme for the Begrut. They don't have Laurence Pontbriand. Who is their difference maker, and what are the changes they need to bring in the second half to make this game competitive?
The only person who's changed their rhythm right now is Maud, and unfortunately, it's costing them. She needs to get back in her rhythm. She knows that it worked in the start. Pick on that right side, hit it. It worked. Keep it going.
I really think you're right. I think those comebacks and attacking that her left, our right, it's confusing because we're facing different directions. That sideline is the most effective one.
That weak point.
And if you start throwing those comebacks and those balls on the outside of the sideline, your worst case scenario is incompletions.
Incompletions, but she did go deep, and it cost her that interception. So.
Exactly, and something we haven't seen yet in the women's division, a turnover on downs isn't a turnover at the spot of the last snap. It goes back to the 5-yard line.
Yeah.
So the number one killer in this division is interceptions. Turnover on downs.
Not the end of the world.
That's
okay.
Not good,
yeah,
but it's so much better than throwing
so
the
much
pick.
better than that pick. Exactly.
I think the key right now is not panicking.
Yeah.
This game is still there, and if I'm a defense, I always say I need to get my quarterback at least one stop.
Yeah.
This Begrut's defense still owed their quarterback at the very least one stop, hopefully 2.
Yeah. If that defense helps her out.
Exactly. So, how many stops do you think the Begrut's defense need to get in the second half for them to win? What's the magic number?
It's a 2-score game right now. So, if, let's say, best case scenario, Maud's get back on her game. Even if she scores every drive, it's not going to matter
not enough
unless we make that 2 points difference, right?
Exactly.
So that 2 scores is going to matter. They need 2 good plays, 2 good stops, get that possession back, and then they're back in the game.
And 2 plays on defense seems like very little, but in reality is huge when we haven't seen very much from this defense.
Yeah.
Maybe they had one PD where they could have perhaps turned that into an interception.
Yeah.
So what do they need to start looking for here? How do they need to start shooting routes? Because right now there's nothing being created in terms of cuts and shoots and possibilities for interceptions. I haven't seen the option coming yet.
I mean, if they, like I said, that I don't remember who it was playing that outside, but I believe it was number 25 on Brut. She was 25 on
Erika
Brut.
Bastien.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
no, 25 on Brut, not Bastien. That's on Les Bleus.
Exactly. But she's gonna be the one to make the difference if he just shoots that short ball.
And that's what we really need to start seeing. It's going to be really interesting to see how these teams adapt in the second half. At the end of the line, something you also need to remember, something that could be key, if Brut can't get 2 defensive stops, is the onside kick.
The onside kick is definitely an option. It's one benefit that FPF gives us,
Mm-hmm.
and it gives the underdog a chance to make it. So, listen, if they make one out of those 2 that we asked for, it might make a change.
Anyways, we've just been whistled back in for the second half. Let's get back down to field level and see what the second half has in store. As a reminder, it is Les Bleus starting with the ball. Perfect. What are you looking at for Les Bleus in the first half? Do you want a quick dagger to put this game to bed, or are you being uber conservative?
I don't think it's time to be conservative just yet. I think 2 scores is not enough. They got to get some more points on there, and then they can call this a game.
Yep, and Clara Baudouin so far has been the go-to receiver for Les Bleus. She's been making short catches and creating yards after the catch line, which is so hard to do. Bienvenue à la deuxième demi de la finale de la division féminine 1. Les Bleus ont l'avance par 2 scores. Sandra Gua prend la remise, complète vers les zones profondes. C'est vers la numéro 2, c'est vers R. Annie Lagacé. Déjà un premier essai. They are not being conservative. That was a gorgeous pass, gorgeous catch. First down already.
I think the QB right here is being very smart on Les Bleus. She's picking on the weakest link, and right now that's number 24 on Brut.
And most importantly, she's not making mistakes. The ball accuracy is there. Placement is there. And her receivers are making the catches. It's very hard to stop a team which makes no mistakes. Laissons voir ce qu'ils ont dans leur jeu de 4 pour le deuxième essai. C'est Sandra Gobert. Regarde vers sa gauche. Elle pump. C'est vers la numéro 15. C'est trop facile. C'est Annie Bérubé. Non, c'est pas Annie Bérubé. C'est Juliane Fortin.
Yeah.
C'est un touché. We've
That's
been saying, Brut have been picking on Juliane Fortin defensively.
Yeah.
She is showing her worth now offensively.
Yeah.
That was
Just
2
gonna say,
plays.
Yeah.
Was that too easy? Were there any adjustments made by Brut?
I think in that case, that one safety did not cover. It was there,
Nope.
but didn't cover.
And fantastic coaching by Les Bleus.
Yeah.
Knowing they're going to just go into a more aggressive short defense to start attacking the deep was a fantastic idea. Maintenant, on a un converti pour 1 point. Converti pour 1 point. On regarde vers la droite. Sandry retourne ses anges. C'est pour Clara. C'est complété.
Not covered. That short. You see how there one girl just dropped back and she's covering no one? There's 2 people covering that back line for no reason.
And that's way too easy for a player of the exceptional talent level of Clara. The scores right now, 6-26 for Les Bleus.
Yeah.
That's a 20-point difference.
That's kind of
Some-
disappointing. I'm not going to lie. It's a 1-point convert. Hold the line.
I know, you need to, what I always tell people on a 1-point counter is stand on the goal line and
Yeah.
force people to throw it over you. Anyways, maintenant, on a un premier set, la ligne de 5 verges. C'est Maud Dakar, c'est Les Brutes. Elle regarde vers la gauche, c'est complété vers la numéro 9. C'est complété à Maggie Gervais. Le tacle fait immédiatement par Joyce Genuis. Par contre, c'est un pick-up facile de 10 verges, exploiting the sidelines.
Here we
Are
go.
the sidelines the sideline and the way to victory?
She just needs to get that rhythm. Sideline. Rhythm. That poise right now is going to matter more than anything.
So far, every pass to the sideline has either been a large gain or, at worst, interception.
Yeah.
It's a very safe play.
Yeah.
Laissons voir si elle continue d'utiliser les lignes d'un côté lors de ce deuxième essai. Elle regarde plutôt vers le milieu du terrain. Non, c'est complété vers la numéro 24. C'est complété à Lindy Flanagan. Le tac fait immédiatement par Juliane Fortin. C'est un premier essai. On voit déjà beaucoup plus d'aise de la part de les Bleus, des Brutes. Their offense clearly has made changes. This is looking like their first drive of the first half.
That conversation at halftime made a difference.
And Galina's a fantastic coach. He clearly had something in store. Let's see if they can change that conversion into des points. Parce que c'est le deuxième essai. On complète encore une fois vers la ligne de côté. On avait Joyce Giannis qui closait très rapidement sur Maggie Gervais, qui malheureusement ne peut pas collecter la passe. That's a drop.
She made a great catch, just better than that. That was a harder catch to make before.
That being said,
would've been an
again,
easy one.
that was a safe ball.
Yeah.
I'm loving what I'm seeing
Yeah.
because that was at best a 10-yard completion, and there was no risk in that play. The ball placement was outside. Only her receiver can make a play, even
in
on
the
a
rhythm.
fantastic defender like Joyce.
All she's got to do is keep that rhythm going.
Puis je crois maintenant c'est un deuxième essai. Je crois que c'est le deuxième essai et les buts pour les Brutes.
Yes.
On regarde encore une fois vers les lignes de côté. C'est
Yeah.
complété par
Ooh.
la numéro 16. Un peu de physicalité vers la fin.
Un
Désolé. Oui.
Yeah.
J'ai échappé mon micro. Is that a penalty in your eyes?
No, I don't think that's a penalty, but she definitely helped her, or I'll say guided her to the sideline.
Yeah. It was on the very limit.
Yeah.
I personally don't think that's a call. That's the kind of play you see all the time. That's
Yeah.
what you expect in FPF.
Yeah.
While it is flag football, there are physical elements to the game.
Yeah.
There are still those kind of plays. Huge downs coming up. The Brutes need this score desperately. Troisième essai et les buts. La ligne de 11 verges. Maud Lacasse prend la remise. Regarde vers le milieu du terrain. Regarde vers la ligne de côté. La passe est environ 3 cm trop haut pour la numéro 15, Annie Mérubé.
She was open.
If that's Laurence, is Laurence bringing that catch in?
1,000%.
Like 99.9% of the time or 100% of the time?
100% of the time. That's a catch with the tiptoe on the sideline and everything. That's going to be the headline of the head play of this game.
You can
Oh,
picture Laurence making
I
that
could.
catch.
And she was on the highlight a few weeks back making a similar catch.
Laurence, very similar. She might not be the fastest player. She might not have the jukes of Clara Baudouin, but she is tall. She is physical.
And that
And
chemistry
she
is undeniable.
never drops.
No, from
Ever.
her
Ever.
QB mode, she never drops.
Exactly. Je crois qu'on a un quatrième essai. Un immense quatrième essai. Laissons voir ce que Maud Lacasse en star. Elle regarde vers la gauche. Elle tourne ses hanches.
Oh,
C'est un jeu fantastique par Joyce Genuis. Elle vient rabattre la balle dans la face de Rebecca Descorbeil. Turnover on downs. First down, les Bleus. 20-6. The opportunity to make this a 4-possession game.
oh,
Fantastic play by Joyce Genuis.
it's slimming down.
Brutes have had their chances. Was that a badly thrown ball? Did the receiver not attack it? Or was that just simply a fantastic defensive play?
I think that the receiver could have probably run that a little better. Also a good defensive
The
play. We'll give her
cut
that.
didn't
but
feel crisp.
no, it didn't.
De toute façon, c'est un premier essai pour les Bleus. Sandrine Gobeyut regarde vers les zones profondes. Elle a une receveuse complètement libre, mais c'est un échappé catastrophique par Chloé Courtemanche. Elle était ouverte. That was a drop, right?
She could have placed that a little bit better. I think
Really?
that was a little behind
Oh.
her. Look at that. Come on. If they show that replay, you're going to see she was
But-
looking back.
But the receiver just needs to
You're
slow
in-
down.
No, you don't need to slow down.
Oh.
You're in full lunge. You got wide lane. Look at that end zone
Let's
in front
see.
of you.
We've
Why?
got the replay right
There
here
it
on our
is.
screen. Nice post over the top.
Wide open. Look at
No.
that field in front of her.
Exactly.
She could have ran forward. I
No,
mean, she could
I
have.
disagree.
I'm saying the ball could have been placed more forward.
And I'm saying the receiver could have slowed down.
We'll
De toute façon,
disagree.
on a un deuxième essai avec la formation regroupée. On a Clara Baudrin qui
There
passe
it
sur un
is.
slant. La passe est complétée vers Clara. Le tacle est fait, mais pas immédiatement. Un gain d'environ 3 verges après l'attrapée par Rebecca. C'est un gain d'environ 7 verges sur le jeu. Troisième essai, 10 verges à parcourir. A stop here could be huge. 2 plays to gain 10 yards for les Bleus. Are you looking at this in 1 shot, 2 shots, deep shot, underneath? What's your call?
She's going to do that bunch formation again, and that she's going to go for that middle route.
I
Not too deep,
completely agree
not
because les
short.
Brutes haven't been able to stop it yet.
No.
Laissons voir, on a la formation regroupée de la part des Bleus. On a un petit tracé. Oui,
it is.
exactement ce que la mise a dit. C'est une complétion vers Clara, guidée
Yep.
fortement vers les lignes de côté. C'est un premier essai. Je dirais le talk, peut-être plus la poussée faite par Lindy Flanagan. Lemise, that's exactly what you called.
Yeah.
How do you take that away?
You have to adjust your defense. The person who got that number 24, who got that flag, she should have bit on that. That Clara was
You need more aggressivity.
more aggressivity. She should have bit on that route. That route I could have seen coming from miles away. She needed to cheat and bite on
Miles
that
away.
route.
You saw it from here, roughly 15 meters away in the booth. And, I don't know, 30 seconds before, you called the exact play. This good defense needs to be getting smarter. Premier essai et les buts. En regardant encore une fois vers Clara Baudouin.
There it is. Again,
Directement
look how
libre
big
sur
she
la ligne de côté. Le dip qui fonctionne pas. Le tackle par Lindy Flanagan. Been there, seen this. This is déjà vu all over again.
Lindy Flanagan right now is the one that's being chosen to bite that short, and she's late every single time. She's 3 steps behind. She gets
So,
the flag, which is great.
I'm
but
calling the completion to Clara Baudouin before the ball was even out of Sandrine's hands
Yeah.
because it's that obvious. It is
Wide open.
very clear that there's no adjustment made. You need aggressivity on that short throw.
what do you have to lose at this point? Bite. You
Rien.
get beat, you get beat.
Fais un jeu. Au pire, accélère le match.
C'est ça.
Laissons voir si un ajustement de fait sur le troisième essai.
There it
La
is.
passe est complétée
Again.
vers le milieu.
Oh,
Oh, now this time, please. Don't tell me that ball was thrown behind. Tell me that was a drop.
that was a massive drop.
It was. A drop by Annie Lagacé, someone who caught for 9 touchdowns, 500 yards during the regular season.
Yeah.
Clearly not someone who's used to dropping the ball.
No. But again, it was the same person defending that one more time.
I believe right now this is 3rd down and goal, right?
Yeah.
Okay. 3rd and goal from the 12-yard line, from the 12-yard line. This is not a Les Bleus team who goes for 2-point converts. You have to presume they're not comfortable from this range. I'd presume they're looking to gain roughly 5 yards and go for a 1-point convert range, which they're much more comfortable for. C'est un troisième essai, 12 verges à la ligne des buts. Sandra Guillaume prend la remise de but. Elle regarde vers la numéro 8. C'est la voix, c'est numéro 8, c'est Mathilde Renaud. Je vais toujours l'appeler Renaud Lavoie, c'est pas Renaud Lavoie. It's Mathilde Renaud, the Brute killer. That's exactly what we expected. They cut the distance in half.
Yeah.
1st and goal from the 4-yard line.
It's 4th down.
Sorry, yes, 4th and goal, not 1st and down.
Fourth
Oh
and-
my God. Pease walked just past me. He slapped me.
There
Very
you go.
aggressive. It's all
It's a-
Pease's
it's a
fault.
good
That's
thing
why
I'm
we're out
here.
of whack here.
Hey, Peace, thanks for coming. You're making me look good. I like it.
I know, not making me look good, but that's the Pease special. Bon, un 4e essai et les buts immense. On a besoin d'un arrêt immédiatement de la part de les Brutes. Laissons voir ce qu'ils ont. C'est la formation regroupée. Sandrine prend la remise. Le tacle, encore une fois, est manqué par la rocheuse Maggie Gervais. Et c'est une complétion. This is the second time we have seen Maggie Gervais miss the sack on 4th down. The second missed sack that has led now to 2 touchdowns. If you're looking at 2 plays which have changed the course of this game, simply put, those could have been 2 turnovers on downs. Instead, it's 2 touchdowns for les Bleus. That's a 12-point swing there on 2 huge missed tackles. This game is looking like it's getting out of hand. There are 12 minutes left in the second half. It is 32-6, a massive lead for les Bleus as they're going for a 1-point convert to make this a 33-6 game. Laissons voir ce que Sandra Gouin peut faire. Une remise, elle regarde, c'est un jump ball lancé vers Clara Baudouin. La touche est parfaite. Le trajet, il est parfait. Le tracé sur le ballon, il est merveilleux. C'est un converti de 1 point. Le score est de maintenant 33-6 pour les Bleus. Lemise, if you're still with me, is the
I
game
am.
over?
I think so. This is it. It's. Listen, look at the score right now. We're gonna nicely end this game. It's been a great season. They're here.
It was looking like a great game.
Yeah.
Brigade scored on the 1st down, and I was so excited.
Yeah.
But no. Anyways, il y a encore de l'honneur. Il y a encore 10 minutes restant dans le match. Laissons voir ce que les Brutes peuvent faire. Laissons voir si on peut connecter sur une passe dans les zones profondes. Sur le premier essai, c'est pas les zones profondes, c'est la ligne de côté. C'est complété vers la numéro 15, Annie Berube. So, Lemise just sent me a note. She's asking me, who's the MVP? Instead of writing this down on a piece of paper and distracting myself, I'll ask Lemise, who do you think is your MVP right now in this game? I have 2 picks.
I'm gonna pick Clara Baudouin. I think she made some key receptions. As much as we think those maybe didn't score touchdowns today.
I
but
agree. So I have
made a
3
difference.
stars in this game
Go.
in order, and I'll give them to you after this play. Parce qu'en ce moment, on a un 2e essai à la ligne de 20 verges pour les Brutes. Elle regarde vers la ligne des côtés.
Ah,
Encore une fois.
yes!
Oh, c'est un attrapé fantastique!
What a
Oui,
beautiful-
premier essai. Is
Wow.
that the spark of life? Is that sideline toe tapping catch by Annie Berube the spark of life that maybe this Brute team so desperately needed?
One thing you can guarantee with Les Brutes is they're never gonna get up and give up
And they're never
until that
So,
final play. So
As promised, my 3 stars.
Go.
Number 1, first star, Clara Baudouin. Number 2, Sandrine Gobeyot has had a fantastic, perfect game.
yeah.
Nothing to take away there. Number 3, head-tapping touchdown, key interception. Erika Bassin is currently my 3rd star. Let's see how this progresses as the game goes on. Hopefully the box heard our picks. Parce qu'on a un premier essai, la zone de but. On regarde vers la côté gauche. C'est complété vers Maggie Gervais. Le tackle il est fait par Joyce Genius. What do you think about
we
my
go.
3 current stars?
I think I agree with their number 1 star, Sandrine. Yes, as well, but it makes a difference. Those quick catches, like the QB looks great, but if no one's receiving those balls and doing those little dips and moves and all that little yards to gain, all that extra work afterwards, you got to give her creds.
I agree. It's really close to my mind because Sandrine
Yeah.
has had a perfect game.
Yeah.
It's so hard not to give her that MVP. Mais de toute
Yeah.
façon, maintenant, c'est les Brutes qui ont la balle. C'est les Brutes qui ont 2e essai et les buts. On regarde encore une fois vers la gauche, encore une fois vers Miguel Javet. Elle tente de faire manquer un défendeur. Elle fait manquer Joyce Chenwitz. Mais au final, le tac est fait par Chloé Courtemanche. 3e essai à la ligne de 4 verges. 3rd and goal, 4-yard line. They have struggled in the red zone. What do they need to change to start turning these red zone trips into red zone points?
They need to just take it as if it's one of their normal plays. She's been attacking the side. She drove up the field this entire time. She keeps hitting that sideline. It's going to go. It's going to be a touchdown.
I fully agree. I think a deep hook
Yeah.
and a quick out on the sideline. Choose one of those back sidelines. On regarde sur le 3e
There it
essai.
is.
On regarde à
Ah!
l'extérieur. Je crois que c'est la 3e fois. It's the 3rd time
I
we have
think
seen that out on the goal line.
Yeah.
But here, is
I
that a
think it was
miss?
well thrown. I think it was greatly
So-
thrown. That route could have been run a lot
So
better.
that's what I was going to say. There's a discussion going on between Meggie and Maude. It feels like Meggie's putting the blame on herself. What could have been done better in that route?
That route should have been crisper, sharper, and much quicker. I don't think she needed to go up forward so far before she ran out. She could have just done a little banana out, called it a day, get to that cone, catch, touchdown.
And if they go for a touchdown here, they better go for the onside kick. C'est soit un 3e ou un 4e essai. Je crois peut-être que c'est le 4e essai. C'est un jeu immense. On regarde.
Oh no!
La passe n'est pas complétée.
In her
Ça a
hands.
frappé les mains de la numéro 15, Annie Berube. Ça a été échappé, malheureusement. Encore une fois, a trip to the red zone, a missed pass, a missed route, a drop ball, and another turnover on downs for this
How much time we
Brugge
got
team.
left, Alexi?
Not enough.
Not
Simply
enough.
put, not enough. According to my very poor math skills, 6 minutes, 8 minutes.
8 minutes.
Could
I
this
think,
game
yeah.
have been close if they Brugge converted in the red zone?
Yeah, converted in the red zone, completed in the those red zone plays.
Lors du premier essai, c'est encore une fois Clara Baudouin. Le tackle il est fait immédiatement par Lindy Flanagan. Bon, simplement mis. Do you think Sandrine's trying to give the MVP to Clara at this point? Because 90% of passes are looking that way.
I think there's some things you do unconsciously, and right now that's comfort for her. Going
It's
to
so
Clara,
And there's
trusting
no
that.
reason to go deep.
No,
Those short underneath passes
that's what she
are
trusts.
open.
She's gonna go for it.
And I don't think Clara's dropped the ball all day.
Nope.
And according to
Everything
you,
in her
Sandrine underthrew a pass, which could have been a touchdown.
Yeah,
I think that's
1,000%.
on the receiver.
No,
but
I think that's on. She threw. We're gonna
Anyways.
disagree. It's okay.
Clara's. On a un jeu
Interesting.
intéressant lors du deuxième essai. On a Clara Baudouin dans le champ arrière. Regardons peut-être pour une remise. On a deux rushers. Une passe complétée par Sandrine vers la numéro 2, Annie Lagacé. Le tac qui est fait par Lindy Flanagan qui la pousse hors
Short.
des terrains.
She's short.
She is short. Does it matter?
No.
So actually, in this case, you're a receiver. You catch the ball. You can go out of bounds for a 3rd and 1 yard within your own half, or gain the first down 1 yard on the other side of the half. What do you rather?
I'm not putting my body on the line right now. It's a playoff. It's the finals game. We're in the lead. Why would I injure
But
myself?
I'm saying I might even rather
You know?
creating a 3rd down,
Yeah, taking
going
time.
for a deep shot,
Yeah.
converting on 4th down,
Yeah.
and giving yourself those extra opportunities.
Yeah.
On a Clara Baudouin à la droite, Sandrine dans le champ arrière. Sandrine regarde vers Clara, complétée vers Clara, qui tente de faire manquer son défendeur. Elle ne peut pas faire manquer la défendeuse, malheureusement. Bon, encore une passe par Clara. I don't know her stat line. Do you think she's going to have over or under 12 catches for 120 yards?
Over.
I'm choosing the over as well.
Over.
I think there's a
Yeah.
world where she's already there. I think there's also a world where she's caught in so many of these short passes.
Yeah.
It's feeling like it's inflating her stats in our mind.
Yeah.
Either way, she's having a fantastic game.
They're gonna take every down they can right now and run this clock.
Milk the clock because they just got a first down.
Yeah.
C'est un premier essai et les buts. 19 verges à franchir avant le toucher. Clara Baudouin qui bouge de gauche vers le champ arrière. On regarde une fois. 2 rushs qui s'en viennent. La passe est complétée vers Annie Lagacé.
Middle,
Le
again.
tac, oui, il est fait par Lindy Flanagan. So what we've seen now is Clara Baudouin drops back. 2 rushers follow, both Sandrine and Clara,
Yeah.
which has left the exact same play. They've run the same play twice this drive. A crossing route open to Annabelle Chevrier. How can you start taking these plays away, or does it not matter anymore?
I think you have to remember, can Clara throw? If she can't, why am I covering that?
Clara can throw. I've played against her as a
Ooh.
quarterback. She is a fantastic quarterback.
Interesting.
Exceptional athleticism. And also, once she catches that pass in the backfield, she can also run. And she is a menace for her legs. De toute façon, on a un deuxième essai à la ligne de 4. Sandrine qui fait manquer la rusheuse pour la 3e fois.
Wow.
Complété vers la numéro 8. C'est complété vers Mathilde Renaud. I got the name right this time. So,
Sealing the deal right now. Watch that
something-
replay. Look at how that formation just disperses.
actually, look at something else. Look at the hips of Sandrine. Rusher comes in, bang, flips the hips, makes her miss, and completes the pass.
Yeah.
Her hips transformed what was otherwise a sack into a touchdown.
Yeah.
She's done that 3 times today. The difference maker in this game, there is an 18-point spread,
Yeah.
which is all in Sandrine's hips. Not even her arms. Purely those magic hips have changed this game by a solid 18 points. On a un converti pour 1 point. 1 point. On retourne avec Clara dans le champ arrière. 2 rushers qui s'en viennent.
Oh.
Clara fait encore une... Désolé. On fait encore une fois manquer la rusheuse. Interceptée. Puis le tac, oui, il est fait par Clara. Intercepté par Lindy Flanagan, qui semble to come up limping a little bit on that tackle. They needed an interception. They did not need it on an extra point convert attempt.
No. It's good for the spirit.
It is good for the spirit. It feels good.
Yeah.
We currently have 4 minutes left in this women's one final. If my eyesight is good enough, it is a 39-6 lead. Oh,
Yes, it is.
Lamise,
We
our
got a
scoreboard is working.
Yeah.
That's been so much easier. It's a 39-6 lead. At
Yeah.
this point, you just want to see Les Brutes get a touchdown purely for the form of it.
Yeah.
So what is the solution now? What else do they have to do to score this touchdown?
I would go deep at this point. I have nothing to lose. Throw those deep balls. Show
Mais
off that
elle
arm.
complète plutôt une passe vers les lignes de côté, vers Maggie Gervais, qui fait manquer une première défenseuse. Finalement, le tackle il est fait par Joyce Genis après un gain d'environ 12 verges. No deep passes. Now is the time to go deep. I want to see some
Yeah.
deep passes.
I want to see her
wanna
arm.
entertain us.
Yes.
It is 39-6. The game is clearly all about the commentators.
Yeah.
So give us something to call. Give us some excitement.
I want to see those tiptoe sideline catches.
So, There is now roughly 3 minutes left in this game. Are you confident with your pick of Clara Baudouin for MVP, or has Sandrine Gobert changed your mind?
No, I'm sticking with Clara. Still,
C'est un deuxième essai, c'est complété vers le numéro 96. Le tackle, il est manqué par Josh Ennis. Un des rares tacles manqués qu'on a vu. Finalement, il est fait par Erika Bastien. Un gain considérable d'environ une vingtaine de verges sur le jeu par Corbeil. Bon, we have another try. First down and goal in the red zone. Can they finally make something happen?
I think they're having fun with it right now. I see Maud Lacasse smiling, and I see the team having a wonderful time. That's all that matters right now. Enjoy the moment. Take it in.
It's a great mentality to have.
Yeah.
For Brut, though, this also must be heartbreaking. This is their second final.
Yeah.
They were the heavy favorites against Vortex last year. This time, they're coming in the role of Vortex, decidedly the underdog, trying to cause an upset, and they weren't able to be the Vortex, what Vortex were to them.
Yeah.
Bon, premier set dans la zone début. On tente finalement de scorer dans la zone rouge. On regarde vers le milieu du terrain. On complète vers le sideline.
There it is.
Il y a du contact de fait. Flag on the play. Lamise, give us your expert referee analysis.
Pass interference, number 15. Second time she's done it the game. She's
Well,
a
we
little
know.
she's a little slower, so she comes in from behind and it bites her on the butt.
Yes, that means that she really looks like the kind of player
Yeah.
who has a large physical frame and
Yeah.
will box you out in the red zone. Maybe playing corner is not her most natural
No.
role. You have to remember what's so exceptional
Yeah.
is this team is only offensive players.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It's unfortunate, but it's probably not intentional from her behalf, but it just tends to happen whenever you're slower and you're trying to catch up, trying to make up for the lost yards.
Trust me, I know.
Yeah, come in from behind and cause the penalty.
And I don't think at this point in the game, I don't think anyone's trying to take penalties
No.
when you're up by 30 points. It's an incidental contact. It's 100% the right call.
Yeah.
First down and goal from the 1 yard line. Brut, I'm begging you, punch this in. Premier essai et les buts. Ligne d'une verge. Maud Lacasse prend la remise. Elle regarde. Elle flanche ses anses. C'est vers la numéro
there it
96. It's jumbled. It's bobbled. It's caught.
She held
Touchdown.
on.
Rebecca Descaries. Corbeil. Too little, too late. Yes. At this point, do you go for the onside kick just for the fun of it? They're not.
No,
But would
they're
you
not.
go just for the fun of it?
No, I wouldn't. I just
You're boring.
no, I wouldn't. Just end the game.
And the
have
game
some
is nearly
fun.
over.
Why?
At this point, according to our very informal clock here,
Mm,
there are roughly 50 seconds left
yeah.
to a minute.
Yeah. Why would you go for the onside kick? Imagine you get it incomplete. They're going to have it at the 5, add on to the score? No.
Yeah, why not? It doesn't change anything. It's
Ah.
not like your points against count
That
anymore.
onside kick is a nice
But anyways,
save
on the
for-
bright
yeah.
side, Brut are smiling. Ils ont l'air contentes. Ils vont pour un converti d'un point de la ligne de 5 verges. Et Maud Lacasse regarde vers sa droite. C'est complété
Oh.
vers la numéro 9 pour Maggie Gervais. Le 1 point est bon. Il reste 5 jeux. The game is over. T'es champion de la division féminine pour la
Wow.
saison hiver 2023. C'est les Bleus avec un score final, un score convaincant, un score dominant, 39-12. Les Bleus are your winter 2023 Women's Division 1 champions.
I wish I would have seen this game with a full squad from Brutes, but congrats to Les Bleus.
Is it a full squad or is the only player they're missing Laurence Pontbriand?
I think they might be missing a few others, no?
They might be. I
not
think
be
we've got a
wrong.
list here. We could
Yeah.
cross-reference. I think Virginie Roussel wasn't here.
Yeah.
I think that was the other major player they're missing. Virginie was one of their
Yeah.
top receivers during the
Yeah.
season.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So, if Laurence didn't mistime her lovely vacation in the sun and was here for this game,
She told me
or-
to mention that FPF wouldn't reschedule.
I know.
I got
and
you.
the reason why
Laurence.
FPF wouldn't reschedule is because we have this entire show set up. We have the whole road show set up. We cannot reschedule your finals. That's why we announced them weeks and months ahead of time.
It looks
So-
like we're going down to El Presidente.
Yeah, it looks like we're going down to El Presidente. We haven't got word, but I think we are.
No.
I have more to say, but we'll say it after.
Yeah.
So Rob's waving. He's
Yeah.
waving the teams over. Les Bleus don't want to go. They don't want the trophy. They don't want the banner. Iggy is hurting them over. Iggy's won enough championships. He knows how this works by now. He had all this experience yesterday. He won his 2 championships. And now, hopefully, we can turn things over to field level to Rob Campaner, president of FPF. Perfect. We're back here in the booth. Final score 39-12. Convincing win by Les Bleus. So to ask a final question before we sign off here and come back very shortly for your women's 2 final. Presuming Les Bleus are at full strength, how different is this game?
I think inches make a difference in any football game, and that would have been the inches that made the difference in
But
this.
does it make 36 inches? No, 26?
Can we be certain that it can't? I don't think so.
Iggy certainly can't. He's looking at me, shaking his head no. I don't think Iggy thought Les Bleus had a chance in this one. I'm not sure I
think
agree.
he did.
Oh, now Iggy's nodding.
No,
Iggy's very
I think he
confusing.
did. Listen, game of inches, football games can be the underdog coming up, and any inch that you can get to your advantage might have made the difference.
Anyways, there you have it. Les Bleus are your women's Division 1 champions with the score of 39-13 for the winter 2023 season. Coming to you live here from Brossard, Quebec, from the Bell Sports Complex. I was Alex Dubois. This was Lamise. Please tune back in 6 minutes. We will be back with your women's 2 finals. Thank you very much.